Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lecture of discrete probability distributions and time series. In the previous lecture, we have seen derivation of mean and variance of negative binomial distribution. So we get expectation of x, that is mean of negative binomial distribution, is k into q by p, and variance of negative binomial distribution, that is variance of x, is equal to kq by p square. Now we will derive MGF of negative binomial distribution, and by using MGF we will estimate central moments. Let us see moment generating function of negative binomial distribution. We know that negative binomial distribution has two parameters, that is k and p, where k is number of successes and p is equal to probability of success. And MGF is denoted by mx of t, and it is defined as mx of t is equal to expectation of e raised to tx. So by using definition of expectation of x, we can write it as summation x is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to tx into probability of x is equal to x. We know that PMF of negative binomial distribution, that is probability of x is equal to x, is equal to what? X plus k minus 1 Cx p raised to k q raised to x. So p raised to k is constant, we can take it out from summation. We get p raised to k is equal to summation x is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to tx into x plus k minus 1 Cx q raised to x. We have discussed this property in the last lecture, that is x plus k minus 1 Cx is equal to minus 1 raised to x minus k Cx. So by replacing x plus k minus 1 Cx by minus 1 raised to x minus k Cx, we get p raised to k summation x is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to tx minus 1 raised to x minus k Cx q raised to x. So p raised to k summation x is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 raised to x minus k Cx as it is, and e raised to tx q raised to x becomes q e raised to t raised to x. Again we know that what is the binomial theorem? Summation x is equal to 0 to n Cx p raised to x q raised to n minus x is equal to p plus q raised to n. So we can replace this term by using binomial theorem. That is summation x is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 raised to x minus k Cx q e raised to t raised to x is equal to, here what is the value of n? That is minus k. What is the value of p? That is minus 1. What is the value of q? That is q e raised to t. So this term becomes 1 minus q e raised to t raised to minus k. So we get MGF, that is mx of t is equal to p raised to k 1 minus q e raised to t raised to minus k. That is 1 minus q e raised to t raised to minus k. This p raised to k goes on denominator, it becomes p raised to minus k. So 1 minus q e raised to t upon p raised to minus k. Separate it out, that is 1 upon p minus q upon p e raised to t raised to minus k. If we put 1 upon p is equal to capital Q and q upon p is equal to capital P, we get replace 1 upon p by q. So we get q minus capital P e raised to t raised to minus k. So we get MGF of negative binomial distribution is q minus p e raised to t raised to minus k. Note that capital Q is equal to 1 upon p and capital P is equal to small q upon small p. Or we can find MGA by using another method, that is we get mx of t is equal to 1 minus q e raised to t upon p raised to minus k. We know that p plus q is equal to 1. So what is the value of 1? P plus q minus q e raised to t divided by p raised to minus k. So p by p minus q is common. So we get p by p minus q e raised to t minus 1 divided by p raised to minus k. So mx of t is equal to 1 minus q by p e raised to t minus 1 raised to minus k. So we get another form of MGF of negative binomial distribution, which is mxt is equal to 1 minus q by p into e raised to t minus 1 raised to minus k. Now we will see cumulant generating function of negative binomial distribution, that is CGF of negative binomial distribution. We know that by taking log of MGF we get CGF, and cumulant generating function is denoted by kxt and defined as kxt is equal to log of mx of t. So log of what is the value of mx of t, which is 1 minus q by p e raised to t minus 1 raised to minus k. So power become coefficient, that is minus k log of 1 minus q by p e raised to t minus 1. This is our equation number 3rd. So we get kxt, that is CGF of negative binomial distribution, is minus k log of 1 minus q by p e raised to t minus 1. If we expand equation number 3 in power of t, we get cumulants, that is we get the values of k1, k2, k3 and k4. And by using relation of cumulants and central movements, we can find raw and central movements of negative binomial distribution. So kxt is equal to minus k log of 1 minus q by p e raised to t minus 1. We know that q by p is equal to capital P. So we replace q by p by capital P, we get minus k log of 1 minus capital P e raised to t minus 1. We know that the series of log of 1 minus x is minus x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 and so on. So here log of 1 minus p e raised to t minus 1, we can replace it by using this series, that is log of 1 minus x. What is the value of x here? That is capital P e raised to t minus 1. So by using this relation, we get kx of t is equal to what? Minus k. What is the value of x? P e raised to t minus 1. So minus p e raised to t minus 1 minus p square e raised to t minus 1 square divided by 2 minus capital P cube e raised to t minus 1 cube divided by 3, and so we can take minus outside from this equation. We get k into p e raised to t minus 1 plus p square e raised to t minus 1 divided by 2 plus p cube e raised to t minus 1 cube divided by 3 plus so on. Since e raised to t minus 1 is equal to, what is the series of e raised to t? That is 1 plus t square upon 2 factorial plus t cube upon 3 factorial plus so on minus 1. So we get e raised to t minus 1 is equal to, this plus and this minus 1 cancel. So we get t plus t square divided by 2 factorial plus t cube divided by 3 factorial and so on. So we can replace e raised to t minus 1 by t plus t square upon 2 factorial plus t cube upon 3 factorial and so on. So kxt is equal to what? K into capital P e raised to t minus 1 plus capital P square e raised to t minus 1 square divided by 2 plus capital P cube e raised to t minus 1 cube divided by 3 and so on. We can replace e raised to t minus 1 by using this. So we get k into p e raised to t minus 1 plus kp square e raised to t minus 1 square divided by 2 plus kp cube e raised to t minus 1 cube divided by 3. So we get k into capital P in bracket. What is the value of e raised to t minus 1? That is t plus t square divided by 2 factorial plus t cube divided by 3 factorial plus t raised to 4 upon 4 factorial and so on plus 1 half kp square e raised to t minus 1 square, that is t plus t square upon 2 factorial plus t cube upon 3 factorial and so on, and whole bracket square. Similarly, plus 1 by 3 kp cube t plus t square upon 2 factorial plus t cube upon 3 factorial and so on raised to cube plus 1 by 4. Similarly, we get 1 by 4 kp raised to 4 t plus t square upon 2 factorial t cube upon 3 factorial raised to 4. This is our equation number 5. To find cumulants of x, we compute the coefficient of t raised to r upon r factorial. That is, if we want k1, then we have to find coefficient of t raised to 1 upon 1 factorial. For k2, we have to find coefficient of t square upon 2 factorial. For k3, we have to find t cube upon 3 factorial, coefficient of t cube upon 3 factorial. And for find k4, we have to find coefficient of t raised to 4 upon 4 factorial. So, we calculate cumulants one by one. So, first cumulant is k1, which is coefficient of t raised to 1 upon 1 factorial. So, what is the term involving coefficient of t raised to 1 upon 1 factorial? So, clearly we get that kp t raised to 1 upon 1 factorial. So, k1 is equal to what? K into capital P. We know that capital P is equal to small q by small p. So, we get kq by p, that is mean of negative binomial distribution, because we know that k1 is equal to mu dash 1, that is mean of negative binomial distribution is kq by p. Now, k2 is equal to coefficient of t square upon 2 factorial. So, term involving t square upon 2 factorial are k into capital P t square upon 2 factorial plus 1 half kp square t square. So, t square upon 2 factorial coefficient is k into capital P plus t square upon 2 factorial. So, coefficient is kp square. We can see that kp is common. We get k into capital P in bracket 1 plus capital P. So, k into capital P in bracket, what is the value of capital P? That is q by p. So, we get kp in bracket 1 plus q by p. So, k into capital P, p plus q upon p. We know that p plus q is 1. So, we get k into capital P upon small p. So, we get k into capital P into 1 upon small p, and 1 upon small p is equal to capital Q. So, we get k into capital P into capital Q. So, k2 is equal to kp q. Now, k3 is equal to coefficient of t cube upon 3 factorial. So, terms are kp t cube upon 3 factorial plus 1 half kp square into 2 into t square upon 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 kp cube t cube. By solving, we get kp t cube upon 3 factorial plus kp square t cube upon 2 factorial plus kp cube t cube upon 3. By adjusting 3 factorial into denominator, we get kp plus 3 kp square plus 2 kp cube. So, kp in bracket 1 plus 3p plus 2p square, kp into 1 plus p into 1 plus 2p. So, we get kp q because 1 plus p is capital Q in bracket 1 plus 2p. We can write capital P as q by p. So, k3 is equal to kpq in bracket 1 plus 2q by p, or k3 is equal to kpq in bracket 1 plus 2p is p plus p. So, we get k3 is equal to kpq in bracket 1 plus p is capital Q. So, it is capital Q plus p. So, finally, we get k3 is equal to k into capital P into capital Q in bracket q plus p. Now, k4 is equal to coefficient of t raised to 4 upon 4 factorial. So, terms are kp t raised to 4 upon 4 factorial plus 1 half kp square t square upon 2 factorial square plus 1 half kp square into 2 into t cube upon 3 factorial plus 1 by 3 kp cube into 3 t square upon 2 factorial plus 1 by 4 kp raised to 4 into t raised to 4. So, by solving the above equation, we get kp t raised to 4 upon 4 factorial plus kp square t raised to 4 upon 8 plus kp square t raised to 4 upon 3 factorial plus kp cube into t raised to 4 upon 2 factorial plus kp raised to 4 t raised to 4 upon 4. Again by adjusting 4 factorial into denominator we get kp plus 3 kp square t raised to 4 upon 4 factorial, that is 8 multiplied by 3 24 plus 4 kp square t square upon 24, 24 means 4 factorial plus kp cube t raised to 4 upon 4 factorial plus 6 kp raised to 4 t raised to 4 upon 4 factorial. So coefficients are finally kp plus 3 kp square plus 4 kp square plus 12 kp cube plus 6 kp raised to 4. Kp is common, we get 1 plus 3p plus 4p plus 12p square plus 6p cube. So kp in bracket 1 plus 3p plus 4p 7p plus 12p square plus 6p cube. Now we can solve this equation by using this method. So we get fractions 1 plus p into 1 plus 6p plus 6p square. We know that 1 plus p is capital Q, so we get kpq in bracket 1 plus 6p is common, so 6p in bracket 1 plus p. Again we know that 1 plus p is q, so finally we get kpq in bracket 1 plus 6pq. So we get k4 is equal to kpq 1 plus 6pq. So finally we get k1 is equal to k into capital P, k2 is equal to k into capital P into capital Q, k3 is equal to k into capital P into capital Q in bracket q plus p, and k4 is equal to kpq in bracket 1 plus 6pq. Now using cumulants we can find central moments by using the relationship between cumulants and central moments. So k1 is equal to mean is equal to mu dash 1 is equal to kp, that is capital P is q by p, so it is kq by p. We know that k2 is equal to mu2, that is variance. So k2 is equal to kpq is equal to capital P is q by p and capital Q is 1 by p. So we get kq by p square, that is variance of negative binomial distribution. K3 is equal to mu3, so mu3 is equal to what? kpq in bracket q plus p. We can solve this, that is k in bracket capital P is q by p and capital Q is 1 by p. Again capital Q is 1 by p and capital P is q by p. By solving this we get kq in bracket 1 plus q upon p cube. We know that mu4 is equal to k4 plus 3k2 square. So by adding the values of k4 and k2 we get k4 is kqp in bracket 1 plus 6pq plus 3, k2 is k square p square q square. So kqp 1 plus kqp in bracket 6pq plus 3 square p square q square. kqp is common, so we get kqp in bracket 1 plus 6pq plus 3kpq. Again q is equal to 1 by p is equal to q by p in bracket 1 plus p is equal to q by p, q is equal to 1 by p plus 3k q by p into 1 by p. By solving this we get kq by p square in bracket 1 plus 6q by p square plus 3kq by p square. So we get kq by p square common 1 plus 3q by p square in bracket 2 plus k. So kq by p square plus 3q in bracket 2 plus k divided by p square. So kq by p square into p square p raised to 4 in bracket p square plus 3q k plus 2. So mu4 is equal to kq divided by p raised to 4 in bracket p square plus 3q in bracket k plus 2. So now we have mu1, mu2, mu3, mu4, the values of all these central movements. So we can find coefficient of skewness and kurtosis. So coefficient of skewness is beta 1 and beta 1 is equal to mu3 square upon mu2 cube. So mu3 is equal to kq in bracket 1 plus q divided by p cube square into p square divided by kq cube. So we get k square q square in bracket 1 plus q square divided by p raised to 6 into p raised to 6 divided by k cube q cube. P raised to 6 is cancelled, we get 1 plus q square divided by k cube. and beta 2 is equal to mu 4 upon mu 2 square. So mu 4 is kq divided by p raised to 4 in bracket p square plus 3 into k plus 2 into q into p raised to 4 k square q square. So we get p square into 3 in bracket k plus 2q divided by kq. Now coefficient of skewness is gamma 1 and gamma 1 is equal to square root of beta 1. So square root of 1 plus q square divided by kq. So we get gamma 1 is equal to 1 plus q divided by square root of kq. And coefficient of kurtosis is gamma 2 which is equal to beta 2 minus 3. So we get p square. Beta 2 is p square plus 3 in bracket k plus 2 into q divided by kq minus 3. By solving this we get p square plus 3kq plus 6q minus 3kq divided by kq. So we get gamma 2 is equal to p square plus 6q divided by kq. Since gamma 1 greater than 0, therefore distribution is positively skewed, and gamma 2 greater than 0, therefore distribution is leptokurtic. So negative binomial distribution is positively skewed and leptokurtic. Again we have to note that as k tends to infinity, that is number of successes increases, then gamma 1 decreases and hence distribution becomes symmetric. So distribution becomes symmetric when k tends to infinity. In the next lecture, we will discuss additive property of negative binomial distribution as well as recurrence relation of negative binomial distribution. So please come on to the next lecture. Thank you.